My entitled neighbor secretly stole my $40,000 crypto mining rigs to run them on my electricity, so I had the FBI raid his basement and forced him to pay a $100,000 utility fine. I live in a rural, tech-heavy suburb in Washington state. I work as a network engineer and run a legitimate, custom-built Bitcoin mining operation in my detached, climate-controlled backyard shed. My setup consists of 10 high-end ASIC mining rigs worth over $40,000. Because these machines generate massive heat and consume tons of power, I paid the city $10,000 to install a private, heavy-duty industrial power transformer on my land. My next-door neighbor, Chad, is a failed day trader who always brags about his fake wealth on Instagram. He constantly complained that my mining shed was making too much fan noise, even though it was completely legal. Last month, I had to travel to New York for a 10-day tech convention. I locked the shed with biometric smart locks and left. 2 days into my trip, I received an automated alert on my phone. My mining rigs had suddenly gone completely offline. I checked my live security cameras, but the feed was dead. I called Chad to ask if there was a neighborhood power outage. He answered with a smug laugh and said, "Maybe God is telling you to turn off your giant toys, nerd. Don't call me again." I knew right away something was wrong. I caught the next flight back home. When I unlocked my shed, my jaw dropped. It was completely empty. All 10 of my $40,000 mining rigs had been ripped out of the racks and the heavy power cables were cleanly cut. I didn't yell. I didn't knock on Chad's door. What Chad didn't realize is that every single one of my mining rigs has a unique, hard-coded MAC address and an internal GPS tracker embedded directly inside the motherboard. I opened my tracking software. The rigs weren't miles away. They were exactly 50 feet to the left, inside Chad's private basement. But Chad was even stupider than I thought. He hadn't just stolen the machines, he had dug a shallow trench under our shared fence and hooked up a massive illegal high-voltage cable directly from my industrial transformer into his house to run my rigs on my electricity for free. In the United States, messing with high-voltage industrial power transformers is a massive federal felony under the Federal Power Act. It's classified as domestic utility terrorism because it can collapse the local power grid. I completely bypassed the local cops and called the FBI and the Homeland Security Utility Task Force, along with the state power company. On Friday morning, Chad was live streaming a crypto webinar from his basement, showing off his new mining setup to his followers. Suddenly, 3 black federal SUVs and a massive armored power company truck smashed through his front gates. Heavily armed federal agents kicked his door down and raided the basement on live camera. They cut the illegal power line, causing a massive spark that literally blew out Chad's entire home electrical panel. The feds dragged Chad out in handcuffs, completely covered in black soot from his blown electrical box, in front of the entire neighborhood. He was charged with federal grand theft, utility fraud, and tampering with critical infrastructure. The state power company hit him with an immediate $100,000 fine for the stolen electricity, and the court placed a federal lien on his house. Chad is now facing up to 10 years in federal prison, and I just used his seized assets to double the size of my mining farm. Never steal another man's power. Did I go too far by letting the feds blow up his electrical panel, or did he get exactly what he deserved? Tell me in the comments and smash that subscribe button.